Hello. What's going on, everybody? Hello. What's going on, everybody? Hello. Whoa, that's an echo. What's going on, everybody? Hello. Whoa, that's an echo. What's going on, everybody? Hello. Whoa, that's an echo. What's going on, everybody? Hello. Whoa, that's an echo. What's going on, everybody? Hello. Whoa, that's an echo. What's going on, everybody? Hello. Whoa, that's an echo. What's going on, everybody? Hello. Whoa, that's an echo. What's going on, everybody? Hello. Whoa, that's an echo. What's going on, everybody? Hello. Whoa, that's an echo. What's going on, everybody? Hello. Whoa, that's an echo. Found it. There we go. That's better. Oh my god. Hello. Oh god. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, everybody? There we go. That's a lot of people in the chat. How are y'all doing? What's up, Marino Mams? What's up, Witch King? What's up, John? We have a Randy. We have a Ben. We have a Witch King, a Hardblood, and a lot of other beautiful names. Beautiful names. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a good time zone. Today, we're finally going to listen to all of your song challenge submissions on what was probably the meanest prompt we've given you so far. Judging by the reactions in the Discord, it was not the kindest one, but we're all very excited to listen to your music. We have quite a few submissions nonetheless. Before we head in, I'd like to thank you all for being here. And of course, mention if you enjoy participating in the song challenges or believe in what we're doing here, please consider supporting my Patreon campaign. There's a lot of cool extras there I think you'll dig, such as monthly creative workshops, original songs, sample packs, many other perks. And I think you're missing out if you're not on the Patreon. You should go on the Patreon. I really think you should. Today I'm joined, of course, by my dear friends, Ben, Jess, and Josh. Please give them a warm applause. Hello, friends. Hello.
It's your lucky day.
How are you all doing?
I'm gonna speak for everyone. Josh has been gradually getting worse over time. Just a slow but steady and predictable decline, when you say. It's been pretty predictable, easy to map.
I think it's pretty messed up that you keep telling me. I predict that you are declining.
Yeah. I'm great at that.
That's not okay.
That's true. But we all apologize for things. I'm not going to bother. I'm fine.
I'm fine. Josh, on the other hand, decline.
I'm
as fine as I'll ever be. Because as we all know, it's the moment after this, it's...
Every time you speak, I can smell it reeks of death.
Yeah, I can...
Oh my god.
There's just you guys ever get those little eye floaters?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my little dots all zigzag down.
Yeah.
It's showing me a little graph.
Yeah.
Floaters are very significant fortune-telling devices, much like leaves in a glass of tea.
Eye floaters? What's an eye floater?
Well, you ever look up into the sky and you see there's some little thing in your eye that's just
oh, sure,
hard to put your finger on what it is, and then you blink and it moves and it comes back?
Oh, those.
That's a floater.
Yeah.
Sure, I have eye floaters. Yeah, who doesn't have eye floaters?
People.
I got mine. I got one for the first time a couple weeks ago.
Really? For the first time?
Well, the one that's always there. Yeah.
Oh.
I got them when I was a
the thing
kid.
where, when you close your eyes, you see shapes, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For me, they're all connected together, a bunch of hexagons, making a tree with two branches or that kind of thing.
Jessica's are awesome.
Yeah. I remember telling my dad about him, and he was like, oh,
I remember looking deep into your eyes and realizing, oh, you have cataracts.
Yeah.
You know, something interesting is they use the lack of floaters to determine who is not going to receive God's manna in the desert.
Is this true?
Yeah. Like if you look deeply into, and it's going to be very useful with all this AI stuff, deeply into someone, and you don't determine any floaters are present, then it's a good way to like weed out who's got a soul and who's not going to survive in the rapture. I don't really like the way that is. It's not my thing I want. It's just
hard.
True.
It's just hard science. It's just the truth.
Yeah. Exactly.
It is what it is.
I love God's manna.
Thank you so much.
I think that's
What
Leviticus.
does it smell like?
It's Leviticus 4:20-69. Is what it says.
It actually smells exactly like burnt gas fuel and cheese
Good
and what is it? It's like such a specific cotton candy.
Yeah. Which unironically is the stuff they use as packaging in portable kayak presents you buy for her week Tuesday's birthday.
Hence, it's so well received, of course.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So, what are we doing today? What's the prompt all about? I think you three should probably talk about this the most.
Oh, good point.
Because it's specifically a prompt that relates to you.
Well, this prompt came up, I think, because I realized whenever I feel like I don't like something very much, or I have like a strong reaction, when I listen to it more, sometimes I turn, and then it becomes something I love. And that mixed with Adam Neely's video on contemporary Christian music in America, which is amazing, and is all about kind of like not liking it. Adam didn't like it, and then he learned a lot about it and listened to it all the time. And then the end is like writing a song and improvising using the things he learned, and it's beautiful. And it's just like, I think we all, on our path, we all tend to like certain things or get new things that are bright and shiny, and we take them on, and we always like are choosing like to go away from something that doesn't really speak to us. And sometimes it's good to like circle back and go like, oh, that thing that I didn't like, what if I just try? What if I just try to poke at it and see what happens? And it's really interesting. So
right.
The prompt is all about exploring the things that we initially aren't like in love with.
And what's an example of a time you've done that in your life?
Before this week. I don't know. I would say like it's one thing like listening to music, and it's another like trying. And I would say I've tried a lot less things that like I'm like I don't like this and I'm actively headed toward it, and where like I don't know how this is gonna work. Like when Bentley was doing like a percussion ensemble collaboration, and it was like, I don't know how to write for percussion. This is really scary. I would never do this if it were up to me. And yet here we are trying it out and using their expertise. But yeah.
It sort of goes hand in hand. Learning more about something you don't like and learning more about something you're afraid of. They kind of go hand in hand is what I'm getting from that.
Yeah.
Oy, 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 Yeshua soy. Miami Boys Choir. Check it. Don't check it out. Joshua.
Chazak, chazak. Beneath chazak, chazak, chazak. It's one of the songs they sing.
It's cool. Yeah.
What did you do for this week, Jessica?
I did an instrumental little song thing because that's something that I basically never do. Mm-hmm. And also I shared last time because I think using my voice and using my lyrics I feel like are my strongest thing.
Right.
Taking that away makes me feel like
Mhm.
Like a crab out of a hermit crab out of the shell. I'm like, no, don't crush me.
That's what it sounded like that up there. It sounded like somebody was on
The entire
stilts,
week?
6 stilts, 8
Oh,
stilts.
yeah.
Sound like hermit crabs for a week.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
What about you,
Yeah.
Ben? What have you tried for your challenge?
So at the first stream of the month, I was talking about how I don't really like daddy-daughter dance music from weddings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the idea of the daddy-daughter dance very much as a tradition. And Josh, who plays weddings from time to time, has played a lot in the past, mentioned that there are a lot of daddy-daughter dance songs that are kind of like, I was the first guy who loved you, you know, and there's this sort of like creepy, incestuous jealousy in
Right.
there. And that I have a hard time with. I have a hard time in feeling connected to that. But I found a way to connect to it, which is,
Okay.
sure, you can say on the surface, like, haha, it sounds like that daddy wants his daughter and is jealous of her husband, you know. And you can also be like, this is like a really weird kind of patriarchal heteronormative tradition that feels like super out of date. Yes. But
Right.
at the core of the daddy-daughter dance is a person whose job it has been to protect their kid does no longer feels needed in that role. And that is a hard thing to grow out of, because now who are you? And so I kind of went with that as the thing I was writing from. Because, yeah, like at the end of the day, like it doesn't matter if it's a daddy, a daughter, any parent with a child, any guardian with a child, you know, when they grow up, and that could be symbolized by, you know, being married or whatever, but growing up, it's sad that you can't go to that next horizon with them the same way that you have. You have to sort of be cheerleading from the side, and that seems very heavy. And
Right. Like losing a part of yourself in that process. Yeah.
totally. So I did that. I did that as the theme, and I did it in the style of Beach House, because I felt like if you're going to have a daddy-daughter dance, that would be the perfect style of music for a daddy-daughter dance that would actually feel emotional, like the loss and the spooky incestual vibe.
It's so good. I'm so excited. Like, it's one of my favorite songs.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you it's not good. I trust you.
How about you, Josh? Because you've done the challenge before. Specifically, your course that you should all talk about. Most definitely.
Yeah. It was, I haven't done it since we shot that part of the course. So I think I was due for some discomfort in my creative process. I think my typical approach to making things is like the ship just kind of tilts 1 degree left or right all the time. Oh, I've, would like to incorporate more analog synth stuff into what I'm doing. So it's going to have a little bit more of that, but it's always sort of one standard deviation from what I'm always doing. And so I, in the course, when I did it, it felt like, it was very challenging, obviously. But it also, I think this has been such a good way to question what it is that we're good at and what we know how to do. Because at least for me, it feels like I'm painting with like 5 colors, and then because of this prompt, both times I've done it, it's like, you know, there's other colors, right? And that's been really valuable. It's been helpful to, I think, more than the song that was made, which I am really excited for everyone. If you know what I do, I guess I'm excited for you to hear what this sounds like as compared to that. But the main thing that I've gotten from doing it both times is how I see myself as a creative person, and it just lets me feel like when I'm in front of a DAW or an instrument that that I have a lot more that I could say than sometimes I tell myself. And I think that's something that we all experience in our lives making music, but especially as it kind of goes on, where I think it's very easy to go, oh, people see me as a keyboardist, or people see me as a vocalist. I'm asked to do things as a vocalist and as a keyboardist, or a guitarist or an instrumentalist. And just being able to redefine that for yourself and going like, yeah, you're more than that. That has been a really nice little gift that I've gotten from doing it. So that's a very long way of saying I really like doing this both times. I don't know if this means I'm a bit of a masochist, but I liked trying to make myself uncomfortable. I think in my situation, it's just led me to, paint with different colors. So really happy to have done that. And it's part of a course that we, Ben and Jess and I did that. This is part of the discomfort section. We have it structured in this way where it's about, it's exercises that are geared to having fun, exercises that are geared to taking action, and exercises that are there to expand your comfort zone. And and it's in that order specifically because it's important to have fun and take action, and then to try to like push yourself. You don't need to do that from the start. But yeah, that's where it's from.
It is a good recipe for getting past your musical hurdles, is to prioritize things in that way where it's like you can't get to the action. Like it takes longer and longer to get to action the more and more you ignore fun. And then it takes longer and longer to grow the more and more you ignore action. And so if there's 3 principles I would like people to take away without getting our course, this is the free version. The freemium version is these 3 principles of fun, action, discomfort. But if you want more, if you want more than those 3, you're going to have to get out your wallet and just deal with it. It's making music for yourself.
That's a good deal, I think.
You don't have to buy the course once you take out your wallet. You just have to see your wallet, know that there's things inside of it, and like the wallet, you have things inside of you that you can take out, and some of those things are money that you can give us for this course.
Just tap your card on the screen, 1-800-GoMobile.org/American Express, and you will find the coupon code that will deliver your IRS fees to me.
I also, Josh, when you first started talking, my mind went somewhere else because I feel like you said analog, something like a little bit different than I've ever heard, and I realized the word is anal log, and then I was like, that's like if a word was like penis pee, and like it's just like it was really funny to me.
Did you say penis pee?
It's like penis pee, but it's like anal log, but we say analog, so you know.
Oh, an anal log.
An anal log.
And a penis pee.
Yeah.
You mean
cool.
like an island?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
That's cool.
It is funny that
That's my country.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Nothing important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Go
shall
ahead, Josh.
we listen to the first track?
Yeah, let's do it.
We have a track from Mika Allen Book. It's called The Pastry Stout Preset Blues. and sounds like this.
Wow.
That's unique.
All right.
That was awesome.
Whose track was that?
Mika Allen Book.
Nice. Yeah, that was a very artsy situation where you deconstructed at the end. I really like that direction to take it.
Me too. That'd
Very
be like
artsy blues.
so fun
Yeah.
live to do like those crazy hits and just like people are like, do they know it's like distorting? And then like they know.
That's a really good point. That would be a really good live.
It would be so sick.
Everyone would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and like everyone could recognize the form pretty much, and then therefore be very surprised when the second chorus happens and the dissonance.
Mm.
You'd have to have guitars instead of horns, though. I think it'd just be too expensive and too many mics.
I really liked the tone of the kick drum. I thought that, the distortion and how punchy it is in the mix, that really made me smile and kept me interested. Even though it's like, oh, this is a blues, and I know what I'm expecting, but that I did not expect.
Reminded me of those bass boosted videos where they like just crank the lower end to the point of distortion and all that. Yeah, that was interesting. That was a really interesting track.
Is that you're talking about it? It's like a meme that
Yeah, like
happens.
those bass
Like,
boosted
yeah,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I know what you mean now. Very true.
Those are funny.
This actually has the energy of a meme, but I think the ending's too good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dang. So close to a meme.
Could have been a meme if it was just a little bit less good.
Are we
You had to
grading?
go and make
Are
a
we
song.
gonna? Are we gonna grade everything on how close it is to a meme versus not?
Well, we're
Sure.
gonna rank all of these. At the end, there's a winner and a loser, and
Yeah.
And the winner is which one is a meme.
or just which one's the best,
Yeah.
like on all accounts. And
Yeah.
A lot of losers always in this concept.
Yeah.
Like
well,
that's kind
so
of
far,
the thing we're
Mika
going
Allen
for.
Book is the winner. Yeah,
That's right.
that's the best one yet.
Yeah, that's definitely the best one I've heard so far.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Yeah.
Someday someone's gonna smack me in with some truth and some real talk, and I'm gonna be shutting up forever.
Cool.
We have a track from Hard Blood, who's trying some EBM industrial music, and it's called Violence.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. That was cool. Love those
Yeah.
creepy whisper screams.
Yeah.
Really worked out well.
And the bell melody, that was so good.
Yeah, that was a great note.
Yeah.
It's so cool to have such a cold track with such a like bright, like fiery vocal. It's like a snake slithering around on a ice patch.
Yeah.
It's the snake voice. Very cool, spooky.
Yeah. It was very cool.
Yeah, I love the
Yeah, this
restraint
is-
in the instrumental.
This melody is like I'm with the chat. If it weren't for that, many crimes would be committed. It's just I was gonna say it's an unstoppable melody, but it's stoppable. It's stopping me from being a worse person. It's stopping my decline.
It's a cop.
What? No.
I think so. The floaters have just flatlined. Is flatline good?
Yes,
Yeah.
for you, it's really good. It's really good. Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
For you.
Wow, that's why it sounds so great. Real glockenspiel.
Yeah.
I feel like the production was really good, and I was just like, dang, I want to get better at production.
Yeah. Well, there's I think a tendency to like do more when we're in front of the DAW and we've got the infinite possibilities. And yeah, it's just a lovely set of limitations that Heartblood placed there. Just making sure not to like ever have the song just like explode or like add too many layers. It was just very cold, industrial, and therefore impactful because there was space for you to feel what was happening.
Yep.
I know Hardblood struggled because she takes lessons with me. Struggles with or the idea of being creepy in a song, and I think this worked really well.
Oh,
Yeah, that was awesome.
Didn't
was
sound like a
really
struggle.
good.
Sounded. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you
Yes,
want to pursue more of this kind of EBM industrial thing, it could be interesting for you to explore more the dance side of the genre, because typically it's very beat and bass heavy, which this was more like a brooding pad kind of vibe. So maybe that would be interesting for you if this is something you want to pursue more. But yeah, great work. Very, very creepy. I think it was definitely creepy vibe.
The hi-hat was creepy. That like reverberant hi-hat that would come back from time to time. It's hard to make a creepy hi-hat.
True.
Heartblood secretly longs to be creepy 100% of the time.
Oh, I see that for you, Heartblood.
Love that.
Yeah. Feel like that. This makes a lot of sense.
What's a way you could be creepy 100% of the time?
Wear your bones on the outside.
Wear your bones on the outside. I vote for Jessica is correct.
Bones on
Drink
the
blood.
outside, skin on the inside, muscles,
Long
a
nails.
little bit of a mix,
Some of your muscles in, some of your muscles out,
some in, some out.
and long nails.
Yeah.
So that when you scratch your muscles, they are ruined. Yikes, that's gross.
If you have hair that could go over your eyes all the way, that would be a good one as well.
Yeah, actually, the opposite mullet situation, like it makes you blind.
Long in the front, short in the back.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
long in the front that it's.
You can't see a dang thing. Yeah. Don't drive.
Have any of you ever driven late at night after dark?
No.
No.
Okay, yeah, it's too creepy.
That's the creepiest time.
You turn on your lights and it's like, it was a lot lighter actually earlier today.
Yeah. My whole arms get like all these pimples like all over them, and I'm like, I gotta go to the doctor. So I basically just drive from here to the doctor every night.
That's why I withhold sex.
Yeah.
She needs to be alert in that car. Thanks.
I agree.
Oh. Yes, man. All right.
We have a song from Dante called Solar Fusion, and I believe he's doing some fusion.
Cool.
All right.
Yay!
Very nice. I liked that. I think when you open the door to fusion and sort of progressive-y sounding things, kind of like what Ben was saying about the DAW, it can be very, very easy to, through the kitchen, sink in and have it be, modulations all the time and forms and phrases that are, just acrobatically written and acrobatically played. And I really loved that there was like clear motifs throughout. There were, this section to this section, and it allowed me to appreciate, here's these cool hits and over the changes, and here's something that's extending beyond this. So I thought it was very well balanced for for the style that it was embracing.
Yeah. This was really well done. I'm surprised this is what you struggle with, Dante, because this was good. Really good.
It's really good.
Right?
Yes. I say, it sounded more like the genre Dante was scared of that was on display here was just being a badass. Because there was just so many creative, clever, and like physically like gripping things done with the rhythm and with the call and response between like the middle and the sides, and the din 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 din. That's a 12. the 7-5-12, the strangest of all 12s, really.
Give me a bit of a Meshuggah
And-
vibe sometimes. Or even
Yeah,
Holdsworth, melodically Holdsworth.
It wasn't played like a 3. That's what the 7-12, the 7-5-12 I play as 3. Like that didn't even happen very much. It was like there was so much emphasis on the jaggedness, and that's the hard way. It's much easier to be like doon doon dat doon dat doon doon dat doon dat doon doon dat doon dat. But I didn't even think that was in there. I don't think there was even anyone doing that.
Mm.
You gotta be throwing me off a bridge.
I think it's really I think both with this and the one before that the discomfort is like, oh, I don't think I can do this thing, and then it's
Right.
people challenging that. I think that's really great. I think I think I was curious if people would approach this as, I hate this thing and I'm going to try and do it anyways. But I mean, this seems like a good, again, it's a good thing to question in your, musical self-perception. Can
sure.
you do that thing?
Yeah.
And both this and the other one were successful.
Turned out great. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like I mean, I don't listen to a lot of like fusion stuff, but whenever I've heard it, it feels like it's always like fusion, like taking like the jazz tones. And this didn't feel like that. This felt like these are like metal tones. So it kind of, to me, felt like a fusion I haven't necessarily heard very much before. Like maybe one of your teacher's bands is kind of like, do you know that I'm talking about?
Fit with like Virgil Donati, Planet X fusion.
Okay.
Which is like what Sean Crowder and I did in his ensemble in
Okay.
college. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was really cool. I thought it was just like it was really interesting the whole time, and yeah, it definitely didn't feel like I don't like this stuff. It felt like this is
Right.
this
Yeah.
is cool. Yeah.
I think we're going to see more of that, though, in a couple songs.
I think
I didn't like that stuff, or
Yeah, there's a mixture, I think. Some people took that approach. Other people took the approach of like, oh, I don't like that genre, but I'll
well,
do it.
there's no wrong way to do this, and I feel
Right.
like this is a very cool way to do it too.
I called it with the Planet X. Yeah. Are you impressed?
Yeah.
You did a great job of that style. It's not an easy style to do production wise or performance wise. So
I read.
I hope God blesses you.
I read. I'm a big fan of Virgil Donati. From Far Ways, I'm a big fat fan of Virgil Donati, which
cool.
I think that's a good. I want to start using that.
I'm a big fat fan of
I'm
Virgil
a big-
Donati.
I like that too.
I'm a big fat fan of Ben Levin.
Thank you. That's me. Hi.
In spite of everything that you tell me and text me.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
still
not
a big
good
fat fan.
friend, but it's easy to admire me.
Yeah, it's like
afar.
Thank you for saying that.
It's like being
Yeah, no problem.
constantly negged.
Yes. Yeah, I love reading those books about how to, be a pickup artist.
Yeah.
And one of my big takeaways is that like manipulating other people, getting them to do what you want is a good way to live your life.
Do you mean the
Yeah.
game and the mystery method?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the one that Donatello wrote before he ate
Yeah.
that pizza slice and he
That's
goes
the one.
and fights Shredder.
Yeah, that's
You
good.
talk about pizza or
Yeah, you not knowing the name and me knowing the name, it makes a lot of sense.
No, I know the game. I read we listened to that guy's follow-up book where he regrets the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
a
pretty
thing?
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know about the game? Do you know about that in the first place?
I've heard of it, but barely.
So the guy who wrote the
Oh,
game.
Hugo, it's life changing. It's gonna change your life.
It's just it's like the ultimate like douchebag manual. And and it's not just a manual, but it's about like following around the douchebags And then the guy who wrote it deeply regretted it, like regretted being part of that scene, and wrote a really like compelling book about how it's all fucked up, which is just not how the world usually works. Usually people double down.
Is it actually good, or is it kind of like the YouTube apology videos where it's like,
No.
Well, it's not an apology. It's like a. Let me put it this way. You don't need to read it. It's not good enough that Hugo needs to go read that.
I
But
agree.
Thank
it
you.
was very interesting because it was a really compelling argument against himself through stories from his own life.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not very common. Like,
yeah. I can see
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, can I talk about it a little? So basically,
Of course.
he is it okay?
Yes.
Let me check with the sponsors real quick.
So basically, the pickup artist is like, typically men who are straight trying to pick up women, and it's like ways to manipulate them and all these tricks on how to make them feel shitty so that they like move closer to you basically, and like start thinking about you and like want your approval, and it's awful. And what happened to that guy's life is he was so good at that, and then he found someone that he really loved, but all the things he was good at was like these short-term, like one-night stand kind of relationships. So he was way out of his depth in a real relationship, and I think he like cheated. And so it's a whole journey on like how he could find love with kind of this broken brain and broken like system. And like he's like, maybe I'll try different like styles of relationships that have more than one person. And then he's like, oh, that one didn't work for me. Oh, that one was weird. And we didn't even finish the book. It's very long.
Too
But
much PV stuff.
yeah, but it was super interesting how he was just like, this really messes a person up when you just like approach like ultimately love this with this like quick, like a cheat code way that makes you a worse person.
I'm in,
Right.
sister. I just think that there is like a musical equivalent of that where we get into making short form content and then we lose the ability to write a song, like a full song. Like I've been through that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just yeah.
With your sweetie cuties?
Mhm. A little bit. Like I haven't written a long form song in a very long time, but I in my life and back I have a song that's like 12 minutes long, and then I have songs that are 40 minutes long. I would never even want to do that anymore because it's just inefficient content.
Well, I
That's
would
what I
say,
said. No,
Go
that's not. I was gonna make a very bad joke.
Oh.
About the book of Job or something, some
No,
obscure.
yeah. That's what I said to-
when they
that's
killed
what I
the
said to-
cow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I really don't want to say it anymore.
That's fine.
Okay.
God damn it, Ben.
Well, we could just log in to ChatGPT and ask it to summarize the game for us.
yeah.
Oh God.
That is a
I'm
quick
kind
way,
of
though.
curious now, but we're not. No, it's
You
sponsors.
could do it off the air and and like write in advance a promise to yourself. I will not internalize this information.
Oh yeah. Speaking of writing longer songs, you three also wrote a song. You want to do a rock paper scissors? See who goes
Yeah.
first. Sound good?
Okay. So we're in the same place. So maybe
Yeah.
we should go first.
Okay, so wait. So yeah, okay, makes sense. So Josh has a better chance than us.
That's right.
Oh, I guess we have to all
Or you
three at
could-
the same time.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
hide
Yeah.
it and then bring it up to the camera.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not in
So,
this time.
We'll
but-
do rock, paper, scissors, shoot. You do it on shoot, and then we do a reveal.
Okay.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Shoot.
Wow, I sliced you both.
Okay.
I guess
That's
I'm
the
number
ultimate.
one.
The ultimate neg is slicing someone.
All right, Ben, tell us about your song.
I did a
Oh, yeah.
daddy-daughter dance. And
Yeah, and it's called Daddy Daughter Dance.
yeah, I made a song it's meant to be the daddy-daughter dance at the wedding, but I tried to make it something I could relate to, which is just about feeling that your role or like the way you see yourself is crumbling right before your eyes, and you need to find a new aspect to your identity. But it's just in the style of Beach House because we're watching Twin Peaks again. All right.
That's a good excuse.
Yeah.
All right. Here it is.
Now it's time for the daddy-daughter dance at the wedding. The wedding. Oh, I'm the daddy, and she is the daughter at the wedding. The wedding. Typically, I pay for the wedding. The daddy of the daughter pays for the wedding. Oh, pay for it now. Daddy loves his daughter. He loves her. I gave it all for this daddy-daughter dance. It's her wedding. Her wedding. Who is left for me to protect? She is leaving. Leaving.
All right.
Daddy-daughter dance.
It's so good.
Thanks. Thank you.
There is such a you have this vocal tone that you can dial into that's cantorial, and I think that it really it makes this feel emotional, like real, like just I'm picturing like a rabbi, wailing at his daughter leaving, and it's just I think that's that I really love that quality of your voice, and it matches that story really well.
Thank you.
What was that word you used? Cantorial?
Cantorial of
What's
a
that?
cantor. Oh, I guess, yeah. So I guess this is maybe Judaism, but it's, there's just this like kind of rabbi tone that a lot of them have. It's kind of warbly and like
the daddy of the daughter pays for the wedding.
Yeah. But I think it wasn't overdone. But a little bit of that, the warbliness of the vibrato feels emotive.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I was just being Leland Palmer from Twin Peaks. He's a character who would be singing this song, I feel, in another life.
I can see that.
Wow.
Yeah. That's cool. It really has Twin Peaks vibes.
Yeah.
I can see how you've been watching Twin Peaks.
It infects me. It's like watching that show, it becomes all I can think of, and it like infects everything I do. It starts to like be like it.
It's great.
And the way I talk
great.
too.
Also the is it's so Beach House. it's so it's so fresh. It's so yes.
I love
It's-
Beach House.
Yeah,
They're great.
that was really nailed the style.
I think Beach House is like maybe the coolest band ever, because they have such a amazing like vibe that you could just like tune in. If there was like Beach House radio that went forever, you could just tune into it anytime you needed that vibe. Like that's a vibe we need sometimes. Late night drives, you're sad, you need to work, like you're like studying, relaxing. Like there's so many ways that the Beach House vibe can work, and it's very like it goes great as like a backdrop, but you could also listen to it in the foreground. And every single record fits. And like even their most recent one is their best yet. Like it's just they keep doing it, and it never feels stale. It never feels like they are like just phoning it in. And yet somehow they're the most band that sounds like itself band I've ever heard. Like this band does not evolve in some ways, but still grows. It's just a really amazing band. Everybody,
Yeah.
Beach House.
Beach House.
They're great.
That was like exactly my trying to do Beach House like sound. So like if you're into the dream pop thing, that's it.
Yeah. I love also how we're kind of felt like a comedic song at the start, but then the end turned so emotional. That was really
Yeah, because like the two don't need to live separately, as we've all figured out by now. But like it's hard to think of an example of a song that can be silly and then also like drive it home, and it just kind of happened naturally just because of the subject matter. But I'm glad everyone liked it. Honestly, I was insecure about it, to be honest. I used a lot more tuning than normal. Makes me, want to go
good.
practice more. Thank you. That's what you gotta do. Gotta do the tuning if you need to. Thank you, everybody.
We have a track from Tealhead, this time, I think, without the res band, which was the challenge for this song. He did a no improv, composed in a DAW song. And it's called Shark.
Shark.
Wow.
Woohoo!
Wow. I'm so curious to hear how Tila Head's like improv experience played into the writing for this.
Yeah, because this is very different stuff from the Res Band that we've heard now quite a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Res Band is like, my impression of it is every musician in the band like fills their space really well, and there's not that many instruments. Like the guitar stuff I always remember is like always really cool parts that carry the groove, and the drums, you know, like the drums aren't the only source of the groove. And I wonder if that partially comes, or if it has informed Tila Head's like really good use of synths to create the groove here.
Yeah, because typically they also have quite a punk-ish vibe to them.
Tila, I'm not familiar with your other work as much, but I would say this doesn't sound like something that was uncomfortable for you, and I mean that as a compliment. It sounds like really you were very comfortable in this space. It just sounded really well mixed and balanced, and
Yeah, it's first, last draft, get it out the door, I say. It's ready to go. I'm ready to dance to it.
First
at
draft,
the
last
club.
draft, get out the door. First draft,
First
last
draft,
draft,
get out the
door.
First draft, last draft,
First,
get out the door.
last.
Yeah, there's a lot of, it felt like everything fit in its space so perfectly, and there were just a lot of like little ear candy details, and there was one really big like build that went into like something so like cold and sparse.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was so good.
It reminded me of the movie Hamilton. Or no, it didn't. Actually, that's what I was gonna say. It didn't remind me of any Disney movie.
I wonder what would happen if you would produce one of your band's improv sessions and kind of combine that with your skills in a DAW. Because obviously you've got chops there. You know what you're doing in a DAW. Would be cool to see those worlds collide somehow.
Yeah.
Be an interesting challenge for you.
That'd be sick. It'd be sick because usually you're only good at a couple things. But here you are, good at the improv rock band stuff and the electronic stuff and mixing. That's more than a couple.
Tila Head's mixing some stuff at the moment. Better recorded Res Band stuff. Should be ready soon. Cool. Nice. That's exciting. We have a track from Renal Mams called Be Okay. And Renal Mams is rapping. He's doing some trap music, I believe.
Nice.
Awesome.
I'm a long-haired rock and roller now. I play a mean guitar. Oh, I'm never gonna rap yet. Every day I'll get louder and meaner. I'm never gonna make a hip-hop song, cause it's not okay. I'm never gonna be okay if I was just busting some rhymes over a sick crap beat. I'm never gonna make something that I don't wanna. And I am never ever gonna use a war. I'm never gonna drop the song. It's never gonna be okay. I'm I'm never gonna be anyone else, anything that anyone wants me to. I'm never gonna be a mainstream bitch. Whoa, but wait a minute, I just did all of that today, and it's gonna be okay, okay.
Like a hearing test at the end.
All right. Would it be wrong to say that Mabs has finally done pop production?
I think it's fair to
Yeah.
grant the trophy there. Yeah. I think yes, this is what I was hoping for when we were like pressuring him to do that. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. Very cool.
Awesome. Well done, Mabs.
Yeah.
It loves those horns at the end. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, that was really sick.
I like the rockin' vocals, like the gonna be okay, like all that stuff. Was cool to hear Mam singing that way with that kind of desperation and maybe overwhelm. The rapping was really good. I do have a production note for that I think could help it punch harder. Is just the track is brighter than the vocal. So for this kind of thing, I would compress the vocal a little more and add more high end. Just make it like a little too bright, and then back it down a tiny bit. But like there, you'd be amazed if you just like listen to how bright. Like if you just listen to a hip hop vocal like from Kendrick Lamar or someone you like, with just like focusing on how bright it is, you'll be surprised. I think how incredibly bright those vocals are mixed. I think that would help your rapping like punch more and stand up on top of the track a bit more. But the performance was really good, and you're really close to the right balance. But I know it's just a small tweak that could get it to feel a little more idiomatic and a little more hard hitting.
It would be cool to hear this kind of production with other styles for Mams. See how he'd combine this with like more his rock side of things, or
Totally.
Yeah, that was a crazy vocal effects combo in those like hook parts where it was like a clear, quieter one and like a louder one that was very muffled. It was really interesting. Really liked that.
And I think there was a lyric about not wanting to use a wah and then using the wah in the next part, and the wah was super cool. You gotta break your own
I really
rules.
liked that. I really liked the lyrical structure. I just thought that was, the irony of saying you're not going to do it and then the song exists. It's very inspiring. It's a very like inspiring, motivational kind of song, and it's way more impactful because your brain has to put the pieces together of like, oh, they're not doing it, but the song is, it's way more impactful than I'm gonna write a song that's, so I thought that was just a very clever way to get that.
That's cool. We have a track from Jared Ray Hawken called Echoing the Sound of Acceptance, and they took it upon themselves to write repetitive melodies because that's something they have an issue with. It was like this. All right.
Dang. That got big.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's cool that it wasn't just a ramp and it had the nice dip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The dip did a lot. I wonder if Jared's heard Bolero by Ravel, because it's got a similar form, and there's a lot of great ideas in there too. I don't know if Jared's in the chat.
I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen them pop up. Yeah, beautiful orchestration. I actually wonder if Jared would have an issue with pop songs as well, because I almost want to encourage him to write a pop song like Mams. Like we've encouraged Mams for so long. If the repetitive nature of would bother him, that could be interesting.
I totally agree. That would be awesome to hear.
Yeah. Or even like a Sun Lux style repetitive vibe, because that is another like special one where there's usually just like one line of lyrics coming over and over again, and it's like really interesting.
Sort of in like a prayerful way. Like, yeah, like the line could be like, "You take hold of me, hold. You take hold of me, hold. And that happens over and over again for the whole song. And then there's all the orchestration changes and
There's also
choirs come in.
Sunlux is really good at when something is repetitive, having something paired with that's not. Like if that hold thing happens, there's sometimes like a call and response to it in backing vocals. Hold, 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 hold. And I think if you have a problem with repetitiveness in pop music, Sunlux is a great entry point because it's like as repetitive as it has to be poppy, but a lot of other things are not.
Mm-hmm.
Truth.
Mems has a cool suggestion too of checking out Philip Glass, because that's repetitive in a totally different way.
Yeah. The reason I think we have pressured, ridiculously and evilly and cruelly pressured Mams to do pop, is because we feel like, well, I'll speak for myself. I'm pretty sure Hugo feels this too, is like we feel like Mams would be good at it. And the reason why people usually don't do pop is usually like some kind of reason that is has to do with like what pop is more than like what they could do. So like if for me in my life, you know, I had this idea that pop is cheap somehow. But then when you start making it, you realize it's just a really rich canvas with some excellent limitations in it. Like, and basically it's up to you to make it good, and it's up to you to make it meet whatever your standards are. But like whenever people don't ever make a pop song, I feel like they're missing like it's sort of like if you're in music theory class and you don't learn about modes or something. Like production is to pop as music theory is to like keys, or like, yeah, keys are as big to music theory as pop is to learning modern production, I'd say. And if you figure out how to make something you do like feel pop and catchy and hit really hard and dancey and groovy and all the things bright and big, that translates so well into any other production pursuit you have. And Bjork is a good example. I say she's mentioned here, like Bjork's got insane production skills and can pull off that pop, and it's plays a huge role in why her music is so evocative and impactful. It's just because the production is always just perfect. So that's,
I agree.
Sorry, Jared, but you got to make a pop song too. Everyone here should at some point, or maybe 10 pop songs, because you won't get it if you only do one.
9 more, Mams. You got to do 9 more.
Josh and I, when we were little, we used to fight about this because Josh was on Team Pop and I was on Team Art, and I thought they were separate things. And Josh was like, "No, it is art," and yeah, he's right.
Finally, Josh, you know,
I've been on his side for a while.
That one of the floaters, just a tiny little spike.
Oh my gosh. It's kind of tricking you, but I still cheer you on.
I love being gaslit by my friends.
I'll do that any day for you.
I think there should be a memoir. Someone should write that.
Gaslight
I love
me,
being
Daddy.
gaslit by my friends.
Yeah, the Josh Friedman story.
Josh Friedman story.
I don't know who I am anymore.
I think pop. One thing I was talking with a student about recently. Pop, I think if you think of it as it's another genre. Whatever it is that you're listening to, it's also another genre. It's pop singer-songwriter. It's pop electronic. And if you just approach it that way and go, well, what are the elements of that genre that are here, and what has pop done to them? It's a really useful mental, like it's a listening exercise in identifying constraints. So I don't know why I'm thinking of this example, but like when We Found Love was big in like 2014 or earlier, like that was another style. It was a specific kind of EDM that was then bleeding over into pop music, and you could hear like what the underground version of that was, the indie versions of that was, and what the popular version of that was. And it's just such a useful way to go, oh, so like the poppy version of this is the sections are shorter, or there's like a big vocal hook, or it's the vocal delivery is like so much more emotive, and the lyric is really simple for the verses, and the hook of the chorus has one thing that's a little off, and it just helps you see what like painting with 4 colors is and what painting with 20 colors is.
Nice.
And yeah,
Well said.
I'm right about pop.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm just mad at our whole community for not making pop only.
Also, sorry, one other thing. The best pop is made by people, I feel, who also don't like pop. They're trying to do something different with it. So it's not made by, there's people who write pop who are going, what's happening right now in 2023, and let's try and do that. And by the time that stuff is like done and put out, it sounds dated and it sounds very contrived. Like, I think you do know. And then you hear like Beyonce's Renaissance, it's a pop album, but it's also like dance hall incorporated record. It's like way not what other pop records were of that time.
Right.
And I think that's useful to remember.
I think that's why hyperpop was so cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that it's very similar to social media. Like there's like this whole thing that happens that I am like, it makes me weary, which is when you see something and you go, oh, that was cool. And then you see a whole bunch of people like copying it, and you're like, oh, this is just a thing that everyone's like hopping on. It's not cool anymore. And I feel like that happens with pop, where like the people who are like, I'm not really pop, but I'll dip in, really change the vibe, and then it gets copied. Like there's like, in the 2000 teens, there was just a whole period of time where everyone had like a dubstep thing, and it was just like, again. And it was because like someone did it and it was cool, and then like over and over, and it's just like these little themes that come up, and it's like always way more interesting to be like the people who are making the thing that gets copied, I think.
Gotta break it a little.
Now it's metallic snares.
Really?
Oh, I don't know.
We have a track from Hushed Hands, who doesn't like the theme from Amélie. And
The theme from what?
Amélie, the movie Amélie Poulain. It's the Jan Tiersen track that you've definitely heard. Comptine du notre été, dans notre été. It sounds like this. All right.
That was really pleasant.
Very pretty.
That's very pretty.
I liked that a lot.
Yeah, it's lovely. I like the 2 sides, 2 pianos.
Like how it became a more mysterious track than the track you took from. Kind of darker undertone.
I wonder what they didn't like about the original.
A good question. I also actually don't really like it that much, but it's because I've just heard it too often, probably. Like it's the it's kind of become a sappy standard piano tune that's like the go-to, emotional piano. That song. I want emotional piano, so then you hear that song.
I see. I do love the movie Amelie. It's very good.
I just don't like the album art. That's why I never watched it.
You watched it.
No, we didn't finish it.
We didn't?
No.
Oh, did you not like it?
I didn't like the album art. It's like
Good call.
seems like it's
don't
gonna be
bother.
a hipster movie.
It's very hipster.
It just seemed like, here's an artsy person's story. Guess what? I'm surrounded by that shit.
Cool, but this was very pretty. I kind of wish it was
was.
longer. I wonder where you would take it if it was a longer piece of music.
Yeah. Would be cool to hear it orchestrated too, like with other elements coming in.
Yeah. Shall we do another rock, paper, scissors?
Sure.
Definitely.
I won last time.
Yes,
If
you
Ben
did.
wins this time, does he go again?
Yeah.
Another, but a different one. A different daddy-daughter dance song.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Improvised
scissors.
on the spot.
Yeah.
That would be mommy sunny dance.
Mommy Sunny dance. Oh yeah.
Yeah, why a father sonny dance too? Yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ready.
Rock,
Paper, scissors, shoot.
Ah.
All right. Dad. Hi.
Ready?
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Shoot.
All right.
All right.
I believe that's me.
Josh, you want to remind us what your song is about?
Sure. So I make a lot of pop music.
Uh-huh.
And I famously have turned my nose up at like really proggy and like aggressive sounding things. And so this is my attempt at something that's proggy and aggressive.
Cool.
And trying to be more experimental than I usually go for.
Awesome. It's called Uncomfortable.
Wow.
You put yourself out there.
Big time.
That was really cool.
Okay, how did you do those vocals?
It was two kinds. It was the like inward screaming kind, and then there was the like, yeah, it's like if you're lifting something heavy, like that. Yeah, and then there's a lot of, I think there's like a little altar boy, and a lot of distortion. I've never compressed vocals more.
So are those two types of screams layered, or?
Only in one part, but for the most part, it's just switching between them.
Ah, okay, yeah. That's awesome. It sounds really cool.
You're being a good role model for everyone, because I'd say it was very like clear that this was new space for you, and you found so many cool like nuggets that I've never heard you do before, or really anyone do. And at the same time, like you can definitely tell like that it's like new, you know, like that you're not normally scream vocal guy. You had to find your own way to do it. And I like that.
Yeah. It sounded so different than anything I ever heard. And I feel like that part where you went into the clean voice and then there's like that big lift where your voice just keeps rising. Like that was so cool. I was like, I want to hear more of that.
Yeah, that was a very Leprous vibe.
It was. That's exactly my thought.
Had you listened to Leprous?
I've been listening to, not Leprous, but I've listened to a lot of, oh my gosh, Gent, that I can't think of their name.
Oh, Periphery.
Periphery, yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I hear that. I feel that.
Yeah, I thought, I mean, it's definitely very different for me, but also like everywhere you go, there you are. Like there's stuff that I was doing where I was like, it's not what I usually do, but I like things that do that bass and that kind of drum pattern, and
right, yeah.
But I just don't really, do anything with it.
I liked how you also used a very electronic palette in it, for the despite it like genre-wise felt very prog metal-ish in a way. Right.
Yeah, that was one of the things that while I was really pushing myself like vocal performance wise and like part programming wise and form setup wise, I think the thing that allowed me to really do that and move really quickly was keeping some stuff like in my wheelhouse. So like MIDI and synth and that stuff. But yeah, it was so fun to do, and this is kind of a really specific thing, but I've never really done that much like ghost note stuff with the drums, like the kick and the snare, and that was really fun to like mess with.
I'm sure there's a lot of stuff from this you could bring into your regular pop music. But yeah, there's a lot you could bring into your pop music. Sorry.
Yeah. Thanks. No, I think when I write the next I think when I write the next pop song, it will go better. Yeah, I did. John, I did.
I'm so stinky. Sorry. Oh, shit. Fuck. Shit. No, crap. No, I don't mean that at all. Oh, God. Oh, God. As you were. Fuck. Shit. Wait, what were you saying?
Oh, John said, did I handwrite all those drums? And I said, and I was going to say, I played them all in. I did beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boops. And then I do a lot of like quantizing.
Cool. We have a track from Pugnacious Glue Gun Records called
Oh, it's the perfect amount of time. I forgot about it.
Let's be friends forever. Let's never go to sleep. And sounds like this.
Some of my shakes with your fries. Never mind, don't you hide behind that dog. Lady name a pupper dog, only walking here. He's a living car sometimes, y'all. But eventually you gotta find, you gotta hit the grind. But you don't need to be all blind, you're up with confusion. Don't let out a heart kick, if you are hard and bothered, you do make a fusion. Abracadabra, don't let loose, boy. You could be from the teenage waste.
I think that's all the lines.
Yay!
It's a really rare and, well, it's a completely unique quality of the pugnacious glue gun sound, where you have you have the music, and then you have like somebody gardening and grumbling and talking to themselves, like appearing every now and then and going away. And then you have this guy over here, like, you know, finishing some project and being like, oh, yeah, it just sounds like you took a field recorder through the Muppets rehearsal or something, and then you just like ended up with this awesome hook that just goes forever and you never want it to end. It's really catchy.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone with a production style quite like this.
Yeah.
Because there's like, it's one thing to have like a lo-fi, you know, field recorder sound, and we've heard them do that. But it's another to have it be like you found a rock band. and it's not at a concert. It's like in the middle of the town.
Yeah.
The rock band's just playing, but people are over here selling bread, and like people are over here doing their online banking with Mint Mobile.
Oh, we should talk about our sponsorship.
Yeah, Mint Mobile is our online banking solution for Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, this is awkward. I'm sponsored by it's herbs that can be brought to you wherever you are. It's a mobile mint.
Oh, fuck. I thought it was Mint Mobile. I was going to sign with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, okay.
Who are
I was
you?
going to
Who's
sign
your guy?
Ryan.
Yes? You're doing the joke right.
My guy is Ryan Reynolds.
No. My guy's Ryan Reynolds, and your guy has to be Ryan Reynolds or Reynold Renz.
Reynold.
Mams. Amy Anal.
Analson. Analog.
Oh, you talking about analogs?
I'm signing with Reynolog.
Analogs. So that is they decided analogs would be a good guy to work over at the mint distribution factory. Something about shit and mint does not go together. Sorry, folks. My thing is better.
I can't even smell them here. It smells too much like these.
You get on iPhone, you don't get a Mint Mobile app. The only way to do your online banking is Mint Mobile. Everybody, shut up. That was great.
Yeah. It was really fun and very funny also.
Yeah.
They literally busted their chops for singing for birds in open fields.
Apparently, a lot of people from the community submitted to it, participated. It was a community choir. It's a very cool idea.
Yeah, the choir at the end was so impactful. That felt great.
It was. It definitely felt like people were in the same place singing together.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Doctor Who track called "Shuckin' the Corn," and he's doing some bluegrass. Hey.
not like anything else Doctor Whom's ever done on this show.
True.
That is great job, Doctor Whom. You really went outside of your box
Good
big
job.
time. That's like
Good job.
really different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
You've heard
that
a-
super fast shred run.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
That is like you. If you asked me who did that, I wouldn't have said Doctor Whom.
True. Yeah. For sure.
Wouldn't have thought that was.
You wouldn't have said Dr. Sorry, I missed the last part. You wouldn't have said Dr.
Whom?
You wouldn't have said Dr.
Who's on first? Joke. Whom?
Yeah.
Whom? Oh,
Yeah.
Doctor. I'm telling you, whom?
Yeah.
Oh, say can you see? But the certainly That was a great job, Doctor.
Yep.
Very nice.
So you played in all the instruments and did some fake speeding up stuff. I could definitely
Sampling.
see those
Yeah.
timbres going into Doctor Who music.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder what that would sound like combined with the more chaotic, noisy stuff he usually does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haunted Amps. Doctor Whom's album, Haunted Amps. That's what I'd call it.
And push a banjo through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like this was another one where it was like, because it wasn't like a genre that Doctor Who like really like knows well, like has like stayed away from. Like there's some like really wild stuff in there, and I really appreciate the going outside of the comfort zone. That's the advanced stuff. It's
Yeah.
really good.
It's awesome.
But also, you might want to check out Goat Rodeo Sessions to get some cool bluegrass in your life.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
If
it's
Doctor
really good.
Whom is doing this not because of it's hard or scary, but because it's not Doctor Whom's favorite music, yes, Goat Rodeo Sessions, starring Yo-Yo Ma, Stuart Duncan, Chris Thiele, and Edgar Meyer. It's fantastic album, Goat Rodeo Sessions. You have to hear it. It's so good.
So good.
It's
so
not-
good.
It's not bad at all.
No.
Every part of it's
fact,
good.
It's good.
I'll check
What
it
do you
out.
think of that album, Hugo? You haven't heard
I have
it?
not heard it. I have not heard much bluegrass at all.
What kind of an American are you?
I know, right?
Hugo.
Oh, Hugo.
Oh
No. Yep.
Have you heard
I
it,
love
Josh?
Mams's
Are you
comment.
also
I
a fake
have not
American?
heard it.
Oh my
I
God.
have not heard it, and I believe I am fake American.
Boo.
Mm.
Boo. Josh is a spy for the people who don't like bluegrass.
Would a spy look like this?
In some movies, yeah. Like,
I think so. I think precisely, maybe.
you look like a spy.
Would a spy look like this?
Yes.
This little guy.
You are just a little guy. You're
This little
cool.
man.
Josh is cool, folks. Don't worry. He's not a narc.
I'm not an narc. Just give me some money for the drugs that I have.
What's your Venmo.com?
It's narc69for20 at gmail.com.
That's fake. I bet you. I'll bet you anything.
Edgar Meyer is the bass player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's true.
You could try
is
using Mint
not-
Mobile, Ben. It's a good opportunity.
What do you think this is?
Oh my god.
Green is
Whoa.
a mint. No apples. No apples. Green is a mint.
Okay, narc for 2069 is someone on Twitter.
It's not surprising.
and their picture is a star that says sheriff.
That's not suspicious at all.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you write that?
Well, I wrote this one.
That's good.
Cool, yeah. We have a song from Witch King with Scully. It's called Laura, and it's a Ballermann hits track, which is essentially German party music, as far as I understand it.
Okay.
Nice.
Thanks for explaining.
Jesus Christus, das ist doch keine Partystimmung. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, sie hat noch ein BH an. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, sie hat noch ein BH an. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, sie hat noch ein BH an. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, sie hat noch ein BH an. Die Laura, die hat blonde Haare und richtig dicke Dinger. Wenn ich mal wieder nach Malle fahre, krieg ich dich in meine Finger. Regen und Zement geht mir richtig auf den Sack. Zum Glück hab ich meinen Koffer schon gepackt. Sonne, Strand und Meer, Frauen und Bier. Was will man mehr? Ich gönne mir. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, sie hat auch ein BH an. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, sie hat noch ein BH an. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, sie hat noch ein BH an. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, sie hat noch ein BH an.
Ich seh sie an der Bar, sie ist so wunderbar. Blond, schlank und nass, mein Bier vom Fass. Krieg nicht genug von ihr, macht mich wild wie ein Tier. Jetzt haben wir den Kleister. Mit Schirm steht sie da.
I knew what that meant.
Ja, sie ist mein Capito. Yeah, Mojito, recht blass kommt sie daher. Macht mir das Leben schwer. Die Tasche ist Prada, mehr Pina Colada.
Ballern! Mann, endlich bin ich an der Küste. Hey Laura, zeig mal deine. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, die hat noch ein BH an. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, die hat noch ein BH an. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, sie hat noch ein BH an. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, sie hat noch ein BH an. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, sie hat noch ein BH an. Ey, ballern, ey, saufen, scheiß die Wand an, sie hat noch ein BH an.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yay!
That's a lot of fun.
That was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Sounded like they had fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Josh, if you remember, I did the procrastinating song. Says Witch King. Do you remember? Witch King's. That's what Josh just said. Or Witch King just said to Josh.
Ah.
Yeah. I don't know if I do.
Uh-oh, we need a reminder in the chat ASAP. Yeah.
How long was it ago
fun.
that you were on the previous song challenge, Josh? Because I assume that's when Witch King made it.
Yeah. It would have been
quite a while ago.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Or more.
Yeah.
So Witch King, please don't take it personally. My memory resets every 2 days.
Oops, sorry about that.
Hugo is playing me off.
Yeah, I don't remember things that aren't important to me. So like, if I don't remember, it's just like not. It wasn't important. It's not that you didn't say it.
It's not a big deal. It's not like it's just if I don't remember it, it's bad.
Yeah, it's something that's bad for me to remember, so my brain blocks it out.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
That was cool. That was a really fun track.
Yeah, really fun.
Definitely.
It was like, I think, very endearing. I think people can hear the fun in it,
Yeah.
and want to be around it. You don't sound like a bunch of, pimps with a gun trying to sell me
Too much Twin Peaks.
something bad.
Too much Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
I can get not liking the genre also very much because in the Netherlands we have a similar thing, but I think it's interesting how you had so much fun making it, regardless.
Yeah.
I think it kind of shows that maybe there's something to the genre that's not on surface level is kind of like stupid or dumb, but then if you actually try to make it, you realize, oh, but this is fun actually.
Yeah.
I think if we're being honest, the funniest things are stupid and dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree with that.
They're also universal. Like this dumbest things are universally funny. Poop.
Go on.
Fart.
What about it?
Stop.
You
But go on.
dog.
Semen.
Oh, that's my favorite actually, but yes, funny too.
Genitals.
Mm,
Nope.
mm.
Butts.
Now you're talking.
You got
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
You lost me with genitals. You got me with butts.
I was with you the whole time.
Big stupid butts.
They said-
With
Stinky
farts.
shit.
Farts
Yeah.
come out of them. And they live next the farts live next to the poo.
You gotta be kidding me. That is not gonna work.
We actually learned that.
Right.
Do you
That's
wanna
interesting.
explain?
Yeah, so thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah.
We learned something interesting. So the fecal comes from the anal, but all that gas, that comes from your ass. So as far as the fecal goes,
The fecals from
all
the
anal.
Anal
It's
log?
from the anal. No, just from the
Anal
anal.
log?
But no, just the anal. That is the log. The fecal
Okay.
is the log. It comes from the anal. You don't say, "Oh, Josh comes from Josh." No, Josh comes from his mom's Hamantaschen. Now,
I need to show you something. I'm sorry. I just found this on the street. Like it's the last picture of my camera roll.
okay.
Can't.
Hamantaschen?
What? It's a
Assorted Hamantaschen.
Hamantaschen on the street.
On the ground.
That's wild.
That's a glitch. That's a glitch in the simulation. Right now.
That's like they ran the Josh is a Jew script incorrectly or something. It's like,
Yeah.
no, it's supposed to be, there's supposed to be random trash on the ground, not Hamantaschen.
You can't make everything about his life Jewish. Yeah. But then they wrote you saying Hamantaschen today, and they're like, okay, well that's
Yeah. If that's
can't-
gonna happen, then we
that's
need something.
gonna happen.
Otherwise, it's too weird. Yeah, I mean,
Sound up in the chat. Who's eating Hamantaschen?
I definitely like farts and butts though, and poop.
Yeah. And every culture, everyone in the world, farts and poops.
And they love it.
So true.
It's their favorite thing.
So true.
Yeah. You know something else that's funny is the movie. What's that food movie called?
Food, the
Right.
movie.
No, the one that I like.
Food Fight. Food Fight.
Yes, Food Fight. It's free on YouTube. The whole movie, Food Fight. It's funny.
It's good.
Yes, I mean it's anti-Semitic and it's racist, but I'll just tell you.
So it's good.
No, like that's not what's funny about it, but it's such a like bad movie that it doesn't even. I'm not one of those people who just thinks it's funny because it's edgy. It's not really edgy. It's just very poorly made, and it's very fun to enjoy the low quality results. I like things like.
You know how you know a movie is anti-Semitic?
I like bad things. How?
In the songs listed on the soundtrack on their Wikipedia page, one of them is Hava Nagila.
Yes, that's a bad sign.
That's a bad sign.
Yes, like in what scene and what context are we going to roll that music? I wonder which character and how big his nose is.
I should say that being the only Jewish song, and then all other ones are, You Got Me Believing, You Are My Sunshine, Ride of the Valkyries,
Yeah.
Overture of 1812,
Yes.
Rite of Spring.
I do want to say like the movie, like, okay, so there are lots of movies out there that aren't very good, and it's, laughing at them is not very nice. This is an animated movie that the reason it's not good is partially because they made the whole movie and then the files were stolen and they decided to remake everything from scratch, but with motion capture that wasn't quite developed enough yet. So like all the animation is uniquely off, and the dialogue and characters are just you'll never see another movie quite like it. And
apparently, like the people who are doing the voice acting kept making like really bad jokes about the movie, and they decided to keep like all of them
yes,
in.
There's a ton of sexual innuendo that wasn't like. Nobody meant for that to be in the story, but the editors just like kept it.
Oh,
animated around it.
It's like a movie making fun of itself as it's happening. It's so bizarre.
Nazis appear.
Yeah.
There's
it's intentionally bad, or
no,
No.
not intentionally.
oh,
But I yes, I'm not laughing so much at the failure, but at the like absurd result. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like not the fact, people are so dumb to make this movie. It's so dumb. It's more like you could never get a movie like this on purpose. And it's wild. And Lizzie McGuire, Hilary Duff is in it. And Charlie Sheen is the main character. And it's about grocery food that comes to life at night.
okay. That's good stuff.
Yeah. Food Fight. Thank you, Josh, for remembering the name.
You're very welcome.
Jessica, you wrote an instrumental track. Tell us about it.
Yes. So yes, I found that writing instrumental music would make me pretty uncomfortable, and I feel like I didn't do as good of a job as like the the people who really like dove in super hard. I feel like I just dipped my toe and kind of still staying in like a safe zone. So I feel like I am really impressed with other people going really far, and I feel like I could do better. So
before we listen, does anyone else want to minimize Jessica's effort?
Go ahead.
I think that finding any time to do it is hard, and it's good that you could. And we got lots of like, I don't think you necessarily learn more. It's good that you did it, and you should just we should just hear it. And
Okay.
It's cool. I'm sure it's gonna be interesting. That was cool. I like
That
that,
was
metronome
great.
Cool, huh?
vibe.
That was special. Like I was in a different world for 2 minutes. It was really nice.
Thanks.
It's so cool how you ended up at that beat. I just thought it was gonna be like a one-off, like cool, whoa. And it was great the way it resolved into it.
Mm.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love the textures. I love the sound choices. Was that with OP1?
No, I did all MIDI stuff. So the synths are like different, like Serum and like different MIDI ones, and then I ended up printing the MIDI into wave files so I could do backwards stuff and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
It sounded very like organic and it sounded very analog, to be honest.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
Dang.
It felt like an electric underwater world or something.
Yeah.
Something
Cool.
really cool. Yeah. Awesome. Well done.
Well,
That was cool.
thanks.
Yeah, very cool.
Well, y'all made me feel a lot better. Thanks.
Please more instrumental
Okay.
music. Could be like an
Alright.
interlude or something, you know?
Yeah, totally.
We have a track from Dead Emails, who doesn't like, or is intimidated by, rather, upbeat rock music.
Who?
Dead Emails.
Cool.
You can't breathe without pain. Losing never thinking, still and choking on the smooth spill. Regretting every single shill who pushed you to the windowsill. And now you'll never be the same. Just breathe. Brush your brittle teeth. Eat when you're asleep. Why
Yeah.
That was cool.
Really cool vocal at the end. That very last
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. And Dante, I felt very California vibes too. Like I was thinking like the voids, like with some of the
Are
groups.
they from California?
I think so.
I definitely feel like they sound like California.
They do. I don't know if they actually are, but they feel like California. I might be wrong.
Gave me
Yeah,
a
does
Mike
anyone
Patton
know?
vibe, like Dante mentions.
Nice. Yes. What has Mike Patton been doing lately?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Solo albums. That was cool.
That was really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very joyous.
I like the concept of being intimidated by upbeat anything, because I think you were saying this yesterday. Jessica was saying how the last subversive thing to do as a creative person is to enjoy it
Yeah.
and to say, I like being an artist and I love my life and I'm comfortable in the way it is. That's subversive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Hard to do.
Yeah,
We it's also part of our course.
that's
we make
true.
you do that.
We try to help you do it by doing it the way we help ourselves do it.
Yeah.
None of the three of us are actually experts on enjoying music, like in the sense that we just always enjoy music. It's just that we've been helping each other for so long that we were able to pool together a bunch of things that just make it push you in a more positive direction. But it's important to note that like it's an endless pursuit, the pursuit
If
of
there is a
joy.
way to just have two of your friends with you at all times when you're making music, then you wouldn't need this course.
Yeah, let's
'Cause that's
just
what it's
have
doing.
Yeah,
friends and family.
I feel like Tyler the Creator walks around like that. Like every time you see Tyler the Creator, it's like all these friends like being
yeah.
so supportive and
Oh,
like
yeah, I
laughing
totally
at
agree.
jokes and
I totally get a posse now. You know, having like
yeah.
an entourage.
Oh yeah, especially if you're famous. But I feel like it's just easier if you're famous. I feel like anyone should and could have a posse.
I just think it'd be weird if there was any hierarchy.
I agree with that.
Like, let me get my boys. It's just weird to be like the guys.
I'm the main character in the movie,
Yeah.
but they're all supporting characters.
It's like on the show Entourage.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Well, on the show Entourage, there's this like dreamy, like stereotypically hot guy who gets like movie roles in like Marvel movies, and then he has like people who are not as quite a perfect fit in Hollywood who hang around him, who are all skilled in their own right, but like don't have as easy of a time as him. And one of them wants to be an actor, another wants to do like merch and stuff, like makes clothing, and they just kind of like drown in Hollywood when he's not around, when they're not attached to him. And it's very sad.
Oh,
But it's
that
not
sounds
supposed to be sad. It's
Oh.
supposed to be funny, but it's a sad show to me because all these people are it's a cringe thing where it's like they're like all in their, my worst is their dream. Like who I am at my worst is who they want to be. Like they want to be popular and they want to be stars. Oh, I like this close up.
Yeah, Josh is switching between things and then after reading.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's
Sorry,
okay.
Hugo.
It's
I should have given
funny.
you a warning.
no problem. I'll just fix it real quick.
Yeah.
There we go. Hey.
Yeah.
It's me. I'm back.
So we
I
got a
had
dog.
to heat up lentils.
Ooh,
Oops.
Oh, cool.
They look good.
very nice.
We got a dog last year in February. His name's Hineni.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
big.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really big. It's a life change.
We're
honestly.
gearing up to get him a sibling in October, November. We're gearing
It's
up.
true.
Mm.
We're looking already, and it's heartbreaking.
Yes, there's a dog that looks exactly like him that was like super abused, and there's like a fundraiser for this dog, but I'm pretty sure they've already raised the funds. But hey, why not? I'll share it. It's a good cause.
Yeah.
That's
good.
He looks exactly like my dog.
It's very sad. Oh.
It makes it like extra real when you're like, wow, just like all these dogs are equally deserving of, obviously, of not being tortured.
Right.
The difference between one being tortured and not being tortured is simply random, hey, hello, I did it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think they already finished their fundraiser, but it doesn't hurt to share this page, which
what's it called? Because I'm not sure if you can drop links in this
it's
chat.
an Instagram. I'll put it in our Zoom chat here.
Okay.
This is the Instagram, and it's their latest post is like a fundraiser for this dog that looks exactly like my dog.
So it's Bark_CT.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're a nice shelter for dogs. They help dogs.
Cool.
They do the hard work of picking up the dogs that are in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have one more song from Final Perigee. Also to address the elephant in the room, ma'ams. I did not finish my song, it is true. I wrote lyrics. I did half
That's the most uncomfortable thing you can do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you got that far, Hugo.
I got to the writing lyrics part, which was
Good job.
Which was the point of my thing.
That's great.
Cool.
But I didn't have time to record the song.
What was
You
it
wanna
like? Try
Hugo.
Hugo.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What was it like trying to write in a style that was different than what you normally do?
Yeah, very uncomfortable at first. Definitely. It was very frustrating, I would say. I was very stuck for a while. I never start with the lyrics first. And I feel like the idea of rhyming with lyrics, or the simplicity on the surface of lyrics, made me cringe. And I found it difficult to kind of tap into that because I don't know. I guess I had a hope of writing something more poetic, I guess, or something a bit more deep. But it just that doesn't work very well for lyrics most of the time. You just got to go for the rhymes. And
I feel like it's also like lyrics can't be like deep to you. Like you really only feel deep lyrics like when you're listening to other people's lyrics, and you only get that they're deep because you're like, wow, I thought we were here, but now we're here. And yeah, I think that's always like a really hard thing when you want something to come out different than it's coming out.
Yep. Yep.
But I'm really glad you did it, Hugo.
Getting over the hurdle, though, it actually became fun.
Nice.
It became a fun
That's
process, and I think I'll actually start doing this. Start writing lyrics and see where that leads me. Because I do really realize it becomes a totally different song that way, which, of course, always if you change the process, the outcome will change. But what I like specifically about lyrics first is that you determine so much earlier what a song is about, as opposed to here's some cool sounds. This is a cool riff. This is a nice sounding progression where I don't know what's it about, but just sounds good.
I'm the same as you, Hugo. I never ever start with a lyric first. One thing I strongly recommend if you haven't tried it yet is ChatGPT. And you can say, hey, give me lyrics about this, this, and this, and it writes a real stupid song.
Yeah.
But it gives you a starting point, and I think it helps things feel less precious. But you've got lyrics to start with.
Yeah. Have you finished any songs on the basis of ChatGPT input?
I have finished 8 songs using ChatGPT for lyrics.
Cool.
Because
It's for a music library. I'm making an album for a music library, and they and I needed lyrics about certain things and certain styles, and I thought it would hurt my soul too much to try and write everything myself.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It's very quick and very good.
Did you end up editing much on the ChatGPT output?
Did I end up second?
Did you end up editing what ChatGPT gave you much?
Heavily.
Okay. Yeah.
But like the overall, write a song about having fun outside in the backyard. And just that it's like, I'm in the backyard in the first verse. And then the second verse, I'm calling my buddies to come over to the backyard. And the third verse, a dog shows up. And just having like some plot points to kind of fill things in is really, I think that sometimes is a part where if you're trying to be expressive and interesting and plot things all at once.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I also think like that's such a freeing way to get started, because it's like I feel like lyrics are like singing in that like this is you, like if your lyrics are good, that's you being good, and if your lyrics are bad, that's you being bad, just like if it's your voice. And I just feel like if we start from like this really neutral place, like here are just some words, and then like you shape them into something that's closer to you. It's like a much cooler.
That was actually the turning point for me also, where it started to become fun, where I was like, okay, I'm just not going to care about these words. Let's write about the train I'm on. And then out came a lyric. And I was like, okay, cool. I wrote a lyric,
Nice.
I think
That's great.
I have an idea for the most profound album ever, but it'd be really hard to write. It's maybe, let's say, 30 minutes, and every song is about the moment between when you like finish washing your hands and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're about to go out of the bathroom, and like the way that feels, like that liminal moment where you're just like alone with yourself for a second and your hands are wet. I feel like we all are there, and we're always there alone. And if you could make 30 minutes about that feeling, through not just words, but music and everything, that'd be, to me, I think, the most profound album ever that anyone could relate to. And obviously that would be extremely challenging, but it does. Then if you shrink that down, it kind of shows that I think if you can say anything about a benign moment, even that it exists, it can be a pretty powerful lyric. So just being on the train, you could be like, I'm on the train. Not only that, I notice I'm on the train. That's sort of interesting because our heads are always gone. It's it doesn't have to be about a fancy thing like death. It could be about something very small.
Should remember that for next song challenge.
Yeah, write about the drying your hand, like the make music for the liminal moment.
Yeah. Because we need to do a community album again.
Oh, wow. That would be epic if we did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the final song from Final Perigee. It's called Cranked, and it's in the style of modern metalcore. Sounds like this.
Holy shit.
Damn.
All right.
That was an amazing guitar
Wow.
sound. What the fuck
Yeah.
was that? How
It
did
was
you
like
do
a
that?
dog barking.
Yeah, that was such a cool guitar sound. It was so perfectly mixed with the kick and the bass.
Wow.
That
Yeah.
I don't even know how you would do that. What note you would go down to?
Teach us
Tell us what you
if
did.
you're
Give
here.
us the secrets. All of them.
Yeah, it's Gaby. It's Gaby, baby. There's the
Ah.
guitar samples.
What?
That's so cool.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay.
really smart. Wow.
Do you know what that is?
It's a amp sim, right?
Yeah, from Neural DSP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love how the droney stuff sat against the genty stuff.
I was really taken away.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, it sounded very far along.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. First strap, last strap, get out the door.
Well, we know Gabe can sing really well, so that might not be bad
Yeah.
to add.
I would have loved that on top of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that ending, though, that ending part, that was the timbres were so good that I'm really glad we got to hear it naked.
That's also true. Yeah. Awesome work. Awesome work, Gaby. Hey.
Great job.
Awesome work
Good
from
job,
everyone.
everybody.
This was like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
really tough song challenge, I think.
Yeah.
People really showed up.
Mhm.
Yup.
Yeah. Great job.
Yeah, I'm really as a perennial visitor of these song challenges, it wasn't clear to me that anyone was doing anything that made them uncomfortable. It just sounded like people were making really cool shit. So
Yes. These people are very experienced getting the songs done nowadays.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
Next month we'll do something a little bit different.
Cool.
Be exciting. We're gonna do something we've done last year. I think it's time that we do that again. Make an EP with the community. Divide people up into groups for a lot of collabs, and yeah, keep an eye out for that in the Discord. Thanks for tuning in. I'd like to thank all three of you, of course, for co-hosting with me today. Thank you, Josh, for coming back on. Ben,
thanks for
Jess.
having me.
thank you.
Oh, yay.
Check out the course. It's really good. I've done it. It's a good course. Go check out
Thanks, Hugo.
benlevinmusicschool.com. And huge thanks to all of you for submitting. As always, if you want to support the song challenge, you can do it through Patreon. Book a lesson with me or any of us here. I think all of us teach. Yeah, absolutely. All of us teach.
Book one with each of us and then tell us.
There you go.
Rate
Yeah.
us.
Rate us.
Yeah. I'll spend the
And-
whole lesson sucking up.
I'll spend the whole
God.
lesson talking about my downfall.
Yeah. I'll hint towards Josh's downfall so they can seem really insightful.
That's good stuff. I would sign up with those two. If I
Yes,
was
it
me.
won't be weird at all.
Thank you all. We'll see you soon. Have a good evening. See you on the next challenge. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, blurry. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what's happening behind the blur? Okay,
You'll
I have to
never
run.
know.
I love.
Thank you so much, Josh. That was great. Yeah. See ya.